What's up, everyone? You're here with Goran, and thank you for joining me here for your free picks for Sunday, November 26th. Well, guys, we had a busy Saturday. We hit a lot of free picks, we hit a lot of good ones. Uh, at the time when I was recording this video, the parlay was still going on and it had a very good chance of hitting. While on Sunday, we still have a lot of games, not as much as we had on Saturday, but it should be another interesting day. For more free picks, go up to the YouTube channel, of course. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that like button. And for my best bets, click the link in the description of this video. That will get you up to my page where you can sign up, get a daily pass, 3-day pass, 7-day pass, or even a 30-day pass if that's something you want to do. Let's get this show on the road, guys. We are going to kick it off with the EPL as we usually do. Tottenham and Aston Villa is the first game of the day, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And for the first time this season, Tottenham is on a losing streak. They kind of put together a couple of losses. One was against Chelsea 4-1, and the other one was against Wolverhampton 2-1. The cause for that is a ton of injuries that Tottenham has. They're missing like 7 or 8 players because of the injuries. Romero is suspended because of the red card. Bissouma is suspended because of the yellow cards. So the depth will be significantly reduced for Tottenham in this game. As far as Aston Villa goes, they are back on the winning track with a couple of wins in a row. First one was against Alkmaar in the Conference League. The second one came against Fulham 3-1 in the EPL, and they have been one of the most consistent teams in the league so far this season. Now, in this game, honestly, I don't think the Tottenham can be the favorites that they are right now, even if it's only plus 133. And I think goals are the way to go with this one. So I'm going to go with over 3.5 goals at plus 120. Everton is hosting Manchester United, and at the moment, these two teams are quite evenly priced. Plus 165 for Everton, plus 165 for Manchester United. But we all know that Everton was deducted a bunch of points because of the one single financial fair play breach. Even though Manchester City had over 100 of those breaches, they were not taking any points away from them, and it was quite the injustice. And you know what? Everton is not happy with this. They already filed a complaint and stuff like that. Whatever they had to do, they've done it. So we'll see how that will end up. As far as Manchester United goes, they ended up with a win against Luton Town just before the international break, and they still have a lot of injured players. They have a bunch of suspended players as well, so their depth will be a problem for this game as well. But we know that Everton, despite their current form, which is pretty good, they have been a bit sloppy when it comes to scoring goals at home. So I'm gonna take a bit of a risk here, and I'm gonna go with Manchester United on the money line at plus 165. Uh, Overall, even with all the injuries, I think that they might be a slightly better team right now. So I'm gonna put my faith in Manchester United on the road, even though I'm not that confident in it. So if you have a better pick, guys, take it because this is basically me flying blindly and putting my faith in Manchester United. In Spanish La Liga, guys, we have a few interesting games. The first one is between Villarreal and Osasuna. Osasuna has been quite solid this season as well. Villarreal has been on the upwards movement. They have lost only 2 of their last 6 games, but they are playing in Europe next week in Europa League against Panathinaikos, and I know that they don't want to lose this game against Osasuna, but it's gonna be a hard game for them because Osasuna is a fighting type of a team, and they definitely like to put up a battle. They do not shy away from getting a little bit rougher, as I always say, and they have actually been quite decent in this matchup when playing on their own. So instead of choosing the sides, I'm gonna go with both teams to score in this one at minus 134. Real Sociedad is hosting Sevilla in the next game in La Liga, and you know what? Sevilla is on like a 5 game draw streak in La Liga, and they have been all over the place this season. They have been very inconsistent, and they're coming into this game with a few injured players who would probably be in the starting lineup. On top of that, Sevilla is playing in the Champions League against PSV Eindhoven next week, which is a game they need to win if they want to have a chance of getting to the next stage or possibly even getting to the Europa League from that third spot. As far as the Real Sociedad goes, they have been outstanding so far this season. Only one loss of their last 6 games. Uh, they ha they have won their last two Champions League games, if I'm not mistaken, as well. Both of those were against Benfica. Well, next week they're playing against Red Bull Salzburg in the Champions League game, and I think that both of these teams might be a little bit more focused on defense here, because in their heads they might already be thinking about the Champions League matchups. So I'm gonna give it a shot at a draw. Plus 265. I could see a 1-1 game here. I could honestly even see a nil-nil game, but hopefully we see some goals. But however I slice it, I see the draw in this one. Cadiz is hosting Real Madrid in this matchup in Spanish La Liga, and I'm gonna keep this one very, very simple, guys. Cadiz is a bottom team in La Liga. Sure, they had a couple of wins in their last three games. One of those was in a friendly matchup. The other one was in Copa del Rey against some lower league team. But I honestly don't think they can beat Real Madrid here, who hasn't lost, by the way, any of their last 10 games. They haven't lost any of their last four games on the road, and they're coming off of a magnificent 5-1 win against Valencia a week and a half ago. So for the price we are getting on Real Madrid, which is minus 200, we don't have to push this to over 2.5. We can simply take Real Madrid to win it over 1.5 goals at minus 148. I think that's a good price, and I will take this game any day of the week at this price. In German Bundesliga, that is, guys, we have two games on Sunday. We have Heidenheim versus Bochum, and I think this is going to be the game where both teams will go for the win here, or at least to try to get a win, because neither of them is performing well defensively. I think they feel like they could definitely get a win or maybe a point out of this game, and possibly even get some of their offense going. So uh, it's going to be a fairly even matchup, in my opinion. Heidenheim, uh, a decent team, not great. They will be fighting to stay in the league, but I'm not sure they have what it takes to do so. And Bochum will also be one of those teams as well. So in this game, guys, over 2.5 goals, minus 152. Uh, should be an interesting game, but however I slice it, I see goals in this one as well. Hoffenheim is hosting Mainz, and Hoffenheim is one of those teams that's actually playing a lot better on the road than they are playing at home. Luckily for them, they are playing against Mainz right now. The team, when healthy, hasn't been scoring any goals at all, and now they are injured. They have a ton of injuries. Onisivo is injured as well. He'll be out for a few months now. They have a couple of suspended players as well, and you know what? I think this is the time for Hoffenheim to step up and get a nice win at home. And we are getting them at a great price. So I'm taking Hoffenheim on the money line at minus 118. I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see a 2-0, 3-0 win for Hoffenheim in this one. But the money line alone is a very, very good price, and I will gladly take it. So Hoffenheim versus Mainz. I'm taking Hoffenheim on the money line. Now off to the Italian Serie A, guys. We have Roma playing against Udinese, and you know what? I'm gonna keep this one very, very simple. Udinese is not a bad team at all. They could definitely surprise Roma here, but Roma has Lukaku, who's playing in outstanding form right now. I think he scored a hat trick in the first half for Belgium during the international break. He scored a few goals before the international break for Roma, and overall, he is their leading goal scorer with 6 goals in 10 games so far this season. So. Keeping it simple, guys. I'm taking Lukaku to score at any time. Plus 100, nice even money for it. Whether they win or lose this game, I don't really care as long as Lukaku scores. And I think he definitely will get on the scoreboard. And for the second pick in the Italian Serie A, guys, we have that biggest derby in Italy. We have Derby d'Italia between Juventus and Inter. Two outstanding teams this season, two teams that haven't lost a game yet. Juventus, 5 wins, one draw at home. Inter, 5 wins out of 5 games on the road. Juventus in second place right now. Inter at the top of the table with only 2 points more. And you know what? I think this is going to be a great game. I know that Inter is playing in the Champions League next week. They are facing Benfica, a game which they should definitely win, but I don't think it's a must thing to do because they have been outstanding so far in the Champions League as well. As far as Juventus goes, their defense has been outstanding this season with only 7 conceded goals in 12 games. At home, they have conceded only 3 goals in 6 games. They have scored 10. And I think this is going to be an incredibly tense and tight game, and I think we might see some cards in this one, possibly even a penalty kick or two, even maybe. But I think we see at least a goal on each side. So both teams to score -120 to finish this Serie A weekend with this nice Derby d'Italia that we have going on, and I think it's going to be a great game, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a split of points here between these two teams. So Juventus versus Inter, both teams to score. And the final pick of this video before we move on to the parlay of the day, guys, we have Lyon playing against Lille in the French League One. And under the normal circumstances, because Lille is playing in Europe next week, I would side with Lyon. But Lyon has been so inconsistent this season. They have been so much all over the place that I don't have faith in them just yet. Even though Lyon got a nice win against Rennes on the road just before the international break, Lille hasn't lost any of their last six games, and they are on a three-game draw streak right now. And I think that's something that might happen in this game as well. So I'm going to take it a shot with the draw, plus 245, 1-1, maybe even 2-2 game. I think that's what we might see in this one. But like I said, I simply don't have the faith in Lyon to put my money on them right now. Even though I'm kind of leaning towards them because Lille is playing in the Champions League next week, but I'm not ready to do that just yet. So, Lille versus Lyon versus Lille, I'm gonna go with the draw. And the parlay of the day, guys, we have another five-legger. It's a bit smaller than the one on Saturday. Pays out at plus 315. Tottenham Aston Villa over 2 goals. That's an Asian line that we have. Hoffenheim team total goals over 1.5. Real Madrid on the money line. Roma to score against Udinese. And Rennes versus Serie over 1.5 goals in the French League One. Like I said, guys, pays out at plus 315. Should be another great day for us. And let's hope we continue this nice winning streak we have been having with these free picks, guys. So, thanks for joining me here. Have a great day, guys. Good luck with all of your bets, and I'll see you soon with more free picks.